Hey there, and thank you for joining us to the second episode of the Fuzzy Cube Show. My name's Tkach, and today the format of what we're going to talk about is firstly, there's an indie puzzle game named Qube that came out on July 13th that I have some footage for and we're going to discuss a little bit. And then I want to talk a little bit about the Democratic and Republican National Conventions and what my prediction is, if permitting the perfect storm sort of happens, might happen come November. So kind of stay tuned for that. But first, like I mentioned in my previous video, I'm going to kind of let you, the viewers, know a little bit about myself as our videos go on. So first things first, I don't like public speaking, and I've kind of been a long time sufferer of social anxiety. And that might be kind of a strange thing considering my choice in employment and my university background. I did sales for 10 years, so I'm used to talking to strangers, comfortable talking to strangers. And and with the university I've done, like grad school, like 10 years of university, spent a lot of time working as groups, doing presentations. I've gone to conferences, presented at conferences, and all these things have sort of helped build up my confidence to allow me to kind of push past those fears that I have. So doing more videos and stuff like that, I think will, just help build on those basic blocks. So yeah, there you go, you learned something new about me. Now, on to our first thing, let's check out Qube right here. So this is Qube. Qube is a puzzle game for the Xbox One. I find that this genre itself is kind of in a revitalization right now, as developers are experimenting with different approaches to game design and logistics and physics to sort of, create different types of environments that you don't traditionally see in a puzzle game. So as you can see here, Qube has very simple game mechanics. You move left, right, up, and down to move your cube in any given direction. You can do additional stuff like grab other cubes to move them so that you can block off buttons and complete different types of tasks. So throughout these simple game mechanics, you also have some in-depth playability and different options. As you can see here, you're moving along using button dexterity, different types of combinations. You'll find different routes and hidden passages that have unique objects that are collectibles that allow you to get further in the game and do different unlocks. Throughout 80 levels, Qube offered hours of unique fun and problem solving. It has competitive scoring that promises to leave you racking your brain to find the best approach to navigate the different mazes that Qube throws at you. This game is a new game. It's an indie developer. They launched it on July 13th and is priced at $19.99. I highly suggest it. Like I said, it's been giving me hours and hours of gameplay. There's definitely different approaches to how you can complete the levels. So you're not just trying to find the one path, you're trying to find the best path. And that's something that is a little bit unique in today's games, I find. And that's Qube, so you should definitely check it out. It's fantastic, really enjoyed playing it. So moving on, while we're talking about video games and whatnot, I'd like to discuss one of the really cool features I've been using a lot lately as an early adopter of Windows 10, and that's the ability to stream your Xbox One games to your PC or laptop or tablet or what have you. And simply, very, very, very easy. You just open the app on your computer and have it connect, as long as you're on the same Wi-Fi connection, and you can seamlessly stream your game content onto your machine, so that way you can give up your TV to your wife or your kids or your partner or whatever, and still be able to continue on what you're doing. So definitely check that out and give it a whirl. Now moving on to the two conventions, the one that happened last week, the Republican National Convention and the upcoming Democratic National Convention. With the Republican one, we saw a couple things that are racist, some things that were fascist, and a wide array of interesting events that unfolded there. Not a lot I'm going to talk about on that end that hasn't already been said by media, as they've sort of picked it up and ran with it. Besides the fact that he went in there and he did what he aimed to do. He rallied the crowd up around doom and gloom and used fear where fear was needed to, crack the whip and rally the Republicans up into one uniform frame of mind. And that's something that you're not probably going to see at the Democratic Convention. For those of you that haven't been paying attention, at the end of the Republican Convention, WikiLeaks did a data dump of emails that were for the upper board of the Democratic National Convention Committee. And those emails really showed extreme bias when it comes to Bernie Sanders
and the independent voters and how they kind of fit into the Democratic Party's frame of things, and really saw preferential treatment when it came to Hillary Clinton in the campaign in general. The stuff that people were kind of saying all along, but were being dismissed of, oh, you're just sort of upset because things didn't work out here, or things didn't work out there, and we've already seen fallout. The chairwoman just had to step down, and she's going to be stepping down after the convention. And we'll see as the days go on if there's more email dumps to come and more information that comes through as people continue to comb through it. One big thing I think I really want to talk about is you see a lot of left-wing Hillary fans that really are sitting there saying, oh well, the Russians helped out. That's how they got the data. So it somehow nullifies what was going on. The data may have been gotten and given out by a country that might not have U.S. best interests in mind, but that doesn't negate what was going on and how that infringes on the democratic process, and I think people are losing sight of that just because it's this he said she said. This fear of Donald Trump somehow negates the things that were done, and I think there's more people that are going to answer for this as time goes on, and I think as the Democratic convention goes on, you're going to see some crazy stuff unravel. But I could be wrong. It might just end up being boring like the Republican one, and not a lot had happened, and carry on. We'll see what happens. Now, as far as the actual election itself, one thing I really wanted to talk about is the Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson, and why that's important is a couple months ago he was close to about 10% in the polls. If Gary Johnson can close the gap and get to 15% in the polls, he gets to participate in the debates between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, or at least he should be invited to the debates themselves. What's important about that is, for me, I look at libertarianism as more of a philosophy than an ideology. So it doesn't quite have to play by the same rules that the Republicans and the Democrats have to. They've created a platform that's so strict and stringent based on certain policies that being too moving to the left or the right is going to start unhinging the folks that are the mass, that's the mainstream that's following you. And libertarianism doesn't need to follow by those same rules. So if he can get to 15% as invited to the debates themselves, then what I think you're going to see is you're going to start seeing those Democratic voters that came out to vote because they liked some of the leftist messages that were going on, but don't subscribe to the corporate version of democracy that the party is seemingly standing for, in lieu of these emails and other recent events and foreign policy and yada yada. The list goes on and on and on. And if you can rally those voters to move in a little bit to the left, I think what you're going to see is a landslide vote of voters going to libertarianism and Republican voters staying Republican. And if a case like that, and with the perfect storm that happens to come out of it, I think that you might see Donald Trump win the election come November. Unfortunately, I mean, it's not necessarily what I would like to see happen, but those are the DNC sort of made a bet. Now they're going to have to lay in it. Yeah, so that's just my opinion. We'll see what carries on from it. Moving on here, just before I leave, for the next video, what I'm going to take a look at is another crowdsource campaign here. It's called Kazoo, and basically it's a magazine that's meant to empower young girls. And, the tagline is a magazine for girls who aren't afraid to make some noise. And I think in today's day and age, it's a really important resource for young girls to reach out for. As a father of two girls, I realize that we live in a world where 15-20% of the population will look at my daughters regardless of their upbringing, education level, or anything, and they'll automatically be beneath them because of their gender. And I still think there's a lot of work to do in that area, but yeah, so we'll talk more about that in the next episode, and thanks for tuning in, and goodbye.